I got halfway through your reading here and I ran out of storage, so we are going to start over again. This is the third or maybe fourth time that I have tried to do your reading. And this is also why I'm now just utilizing the live to film the readings, because my phone does not want to hold them. So we're just going to stream live. It has been a while, so if you are tuning in, thank you for being back here with me. I've had a lot of life changes since I last was putting up videos for Tarotscope, but I've gotten so many people asking for videos again, and I just didn't even realize like you guys were so excited about them. But it really, I love doing them, and it really makes me feel good that these are helpful for you and you enjoy them. So this is for all Taurus placements. Check your chart to see where Taurus is, whether you want to look at the planets or the houses. It can help give you a little bit more insight into where in your life this may be attributed to. All right, so let's find out what's going on for Taurus placements. What is the message for Taurus placements for July here, for the rest of July? What is the message for Taurus? Let's see. Nope. All right. Interesting. Okay. So we have veiled, transformation, lucky, and water with knowledge at the bottom of the deck. We're going to choose some clarifiers for this. We want to shuffle this a little more. Here's a message for Taurus, for all Taurus placements. What do they need to know? What is the message here? Oh, there is, I had a feeling when I saw this. There's someone in your life here that it's like you don't, I feel like right now you may not quite see or understand like just who this person is becoming for you and to you in your life and the role that they are going to be playing. Right now it's kind of just like a flow. Maybe you're just getting to know someone, or maybe there's someone you just met at work, a new coworker, it's very casual and you're not really expecting anything out of this, but there seems to be a reason why this person has entered your life, or maybe for some of you come back in your life if you have someone that has showed up or you've reunited with. There is something that you can't see necessarily where this is bringing you and how this is really going to affect your life in a big way. And this could also be a situation as well. It doesn't have to be a person, but it feels like a gift from God, a gift from the universe, coming in and changing things for you and evolving you and growing you and really playing a big part in expansion for you. So let's see your current situation. The Ace of Wands. What is the obstacle for Taurus here? The Eight of Swords. The basis of the situation. The Eight of Pentacles. What has to leave or is leaving Taurus? A lot of eights here. I have 888. That may be a confirmation for someone. The Eight of Cups is leaving or has to leave your situation. What is helping Taurus? The Death card. Let's see if we can place this here. And the potential outcome. I'm going to take these two. You have the High Priestess and the Page of Cups. And your advice. Let's get some advice from Taurus. For Taurus, please. Chariot, Seven of Swords. One more for advice. Oh, or two. The Six of Pentacles and the Hierophant. I don't know if you could see that here. Let's see if I can move that for you. I know I like to see the cards. Hopefully that's a little better. You can see a little bit of the Hierophant there. Okay. So yes, I do see this new energy coming in. I feel very strongly for most of you, this is someone new or a new situation. And again, it's this sense of like, you don't even really know what is going to come out of this or what is in store for you here. And there's a sense that like you may feel a little bit maybe guarded, but almost like restricted in terms of your effort that you can put into this. There's something about like putting effort in, but you feel like you can only do so much, or you can only like you're trying different ways, you know, like, okay, I tried this and maybe that didn't work, or like I didn't quite get the results I wanted, so I'm going to try this. But you feel like there's only so far you can go, there's only so much you can do in regards to whatever this new energy is. But you're gonna keep trying to like get there, right? Like I feel like you have done something for a long time and you've tried to do it different ways. And so this time around, it's like you keep going, you're not giving up on it. But it seems almost like what else can I do? Like, do I really know what I'm doing? Like almost not questioning yourself, but feeling restricted to the limitations of your past, to what you've already done, or how things turned out before, things like that. So moving forward, while you're willing to move forward, while you are trying to move forward, you're trying to do your best and do whatever you can do and really focus on the present and focus on what you're looking at and what's in front of you. There's always kind of like this little glimmer of a like reminder, or you know, this glimmer of this limitation that you can only get so far, or at the end of the day, it feels like you'll always be stuck where you are or where you've ended up. But that's what you need to be able to let go and move forward from anything in the past or even anything in the present that's okay. Like it may not have been bad. Maybe for some of you it was, or it was disappointing or upsetting. in some way or felt like a loss. But you have to really, if you're trying to move forward and get ahead or get to where you want to be and what is for you, you cannot keep looking back at those things. You have to turn your back on them, walk away, and leave them where they belong. Leave the past in the past, leave those things there, because where you're going, you may incorporate some of those experiences, those feelings may show up for you, but in order to really utilize them in the best way possible, in the most productive and what's the word, like not strategic way possible, but constructive way possible to add value and to add to your happiness and joy and fulfillment, they can't be used as they can't exist in your space as something that's holding you back and restricting you. Does that make sense? Like those things can only be used for the greater good, for a better purpose. So really, whether that's learning from an experience or maturing from one or growing from one, those are all positive ways to use those things to add to your future fulfillment, your present, your what you're moving towards, fulfillment, joy, happiness, all of those things. So that's what the Eight of Cups is saying here. Yeah, with the Death card, it's a transition. It's, with this transformation, it's perfect. That's exactly what's going on here. You're transitioning out of a way of being or a life, or I feel like for some of you, it's kind of like thinking that there's something about your mind and your emotions playing off each other and not against one another, but playing off of each other. It's like you'll think something and it'll make you feel a type of way, and then you'll feel something and it'll make you think a type of way. But rather than letting those things influence each other, and that kind of like keeps you in this Eight of Swords place where you're just like end up feeling stuck almost, because you're kind of psyching yourself out. I feel like it's more of this, what's helping you is this transitional phase. Like, this isn't necessarily happening all at once or super fast. It's come up, seemingly pretty quickly or kind of out of nowhere, maybe for some of you. But the process is going step by step by step. You're not speeding across the finish line. You're not just being thrown into the fire here. Each step, like you're going each step of the way. You're taking the steps you need to take here. Like, you see this, he's like done with one, on to the next. Then when I'm finished with this one, I go on to the next. When I'm finished with this one, I go on to the next. It's a very like thorough process, so that when you look at this, you know if it's right for you. You know how you feel about it. It's kind of like what you see is what you get in your potential outcome here. You know what to expect. You have the intuition, you have the feeling, and you can trust it. You can trust yourself, you can trust your feelings, you can trust what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're feeling, all of those things, because they're very ingrained and very it's like they're solid, although with the Page of Cups, it's not usually the most solid card, but it is this, there's like this hesitancy, but attraction. And like you see him leaning towards the fish, but his hips are leaning the other way, right? So it's like I'm in, but I'm not fully in yet, right? Yet. I'm interested, I'm curious, I am entranced. But the only reason that he's hesitant here that I'm seeing along with the high priestess is that it's all feelings. It's like, oh, I know this feeling. I've been here before. Like, I don't know. But when he goes with his gut, because he's gone through a process and he's going through a process, he knows. See, his mind is closer. He knows that he can trust his intuition because he has gone through, like, he's established this foundation. So it may be a little bit scary, it may be a little bit, there may be a little bit of hesitancy there, but deep down it's like, yes or no, right? This is right for me, this is wrong for me, this is what I want to do, this is what I don't want to do. Like, deep down it's clear. So your advice moving forward, it's this you're gonna be I don't know if you're gonna be getting some advice or giving advice. There's something about moving forward with as much advice as you can from like someone very trusted here. For some of you, I feel like this is religious, this could be like your belief system, and it's kind of like gathering up all the it's like collecting these nuggets of wisdom, collecting these. There's a sense of like this balance between like maybe an esoteric kind of system and what you would want to call reality, like logic. So there's like a balance of practicality and spirituality, right? So when you're moving forward, when you're ready to hit fast forward and go because you're sure about things and you understand your direction and what you're doing and where you're going and feel good about it, you're going to really want to make sure that you're balancing like the spiritual aspects of things, not get too carried away in like seeing the signs or like any of those types of things. You don't want to get too carried away and caught up in that and totally forego the practicalities of things. So like if you like someone, right, and you're like, oh my god, this person has brown hair, and like I've always loved brown hair, like it's a sign. Yeah, I mean that's a very basic thing to say, but it's like, oh, when I was with them I saw a feather on the floor, like looking at everything and being like, it's a sign, it's a sign, this my favorite song played on the radio, and da 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 da, and kind of getting caught up in that whimsy. It's a nice sentiment, and don't necessarily brush always brush it off or overlook it. Like, take it, appreciate it, but don't let it be everything. You still have to see, if you do like someone, you still have to see like, hey, do our values match? Like, do we actually get along? Do our personalities complement each other? Like, do we want the same things? All these practical matters are really important. So whatever the situation is for you, just keep that in mind. You want to really use your head, um, and also accept. I feel like there is someone else here that is giving you a lot of nuggets of wisdom and maybe giving you advice or insight that is perhaps on a different side of the coin than where you usually take advice from or get insight from or inspiration from. And it's a different kind of perspective, but it's just as valuable when used in conjunction with your perspective and what you normally use to kind of get you through Yes. Yes. So that is what I'm seeing for you, Taurus. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope this was helpful for you. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.